This week, we make a formal apology, we fantasy book John Cena's final matches, and Jeremy's got a really specific gimmick on his mind. This is Squared Circle Spotlight. Now hit our music.
I'm the architect building every segment clean. Got a plan for the pod, I'm the mind of the team. Keep the chaos in check when the mics go live. I'm the one making sure this madness survives. We break kayfabe, hit deep cuts and truth. Welcome to the ring, yeah, we bring that proof. Cowabunga kid, bro, I'm high on the vibes. Dropping random facts that don't even jive. Did you know Macho Man played baseball once? Forget the topic, yo, that's part of the stunt. Singing so bad they circle the block, but the crowd still pops when I start to talk. It's catchy, baby, got that punk rock soul. I'm cool with the stars, but I still play ball. Voice of reason in the circus of sound. I keep these fools feet on the ground. From backstage gossip to headline hits, I'm the friend to the famous with zero nonsense. Master of lunch, call me Charlie the Brain. Historian of pain in the Squared Circle game. Got hot taste burning like a steel chair shot. Dropping knowledge so deep you'll need a title shot. From old school vibes to new gym flair. If it's got a logo, I'll be rocking the wear. With a crew in the booth, dropping elbow true. From legends to memes, we bring the proof. Mic check 1, 2, let the crowd all sing. Welcome to the pod, step into the ring.
Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to everybody that subscribed last week as well. We had a big boost in subscriptions, so thank you to everybody that subscribed. We're up to like over 1,700 subscribers now. So, hey, people like watch us. I didn't think we'd get past like 10, 20. So 1,700, I'm taking it. Thank you to everybody that's listening to all our nonsense, as wacky as it gets. I know Jeremy goes off on tangents, and it seems like you guys seem to like that. So thank you for watching. But we're back with another episode. We got some more topics for you tonight. So we're going to start it out. Got to apologize for some stuff, but we'll get to that in a minute. We've got a question that a viewer sent in, so thank you for that. We'll shout you out in a minute. We're going to talk some wrestling news this week. Some big things kind of happen in WWE, some stuff happening in AEW we'll touch on. So a lot to talk about there. And then we're still going to deep dive. We're going to fantasy book John Cena's last 3 matches. I think he has some more appearances, but 3 matches. So we're going to talk about what those matches could be, what we'd like to see, and all that. And then we have another gimmick of the week that we're letting Jeremy handle. And I'm going to just say that. He's going to handle it well.
Yes. When you hear the gimmick, you'll know why Jeremy's doing it.
Thanks, Charlie.
So kind of leaning into that a little bit. Like I said, we have to kind of issue a formal apology here to kind of start things off. We've said a lot of crazy and wacky things, especially during our gimmick segments. So we were kind of asked to record an apology video based on some of the things we said. So I'm going to kind of share that with you guys right now, what we recorded here.
The following message has been paid for by Squared Circle Spotlight.
Good evening, my fellow Americans. This past week, we were informed that YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts are drawing a line on standards and practices as it relates to wrestling content at Squared Circle Spotlight. In the future, we need to be careful what we do and what we don't do. Again, Squared Circle Spotlight gets in trouble every time we do something gratuitously. Therefore, the following are the standards and practices that we promise to adhere to. From the hours of 9 p.m. to 10 p.m., we will only use the words ass, damn, and hell. We will, however, never use the words or any other sexual or racial slurs. From the hours of 10 p.m. to 11 p.m., we will only use the words ass, damn, and hell. We will, however, never use the words or any other racial or sexual slurs. Now, as it pertains to video, we promise there will be less dick references and to our enormous genitalia. And on a final note, even though many of you believe that currently the favorite pastime in the oral office is swallow the leader, I did not, and I repeat, I did not sleep with that intern. As a matter of fact, I was up all night!
Bravo, sir.
Oh, 2 for 2, man. 2 for 2.
Oh, Jesus.
For those of
We
you
need a
that
whole
didn't
production
know
team.
or didn't watch last week or just never tuned into the show, we do stipulations. That was my stipulation for losing our picks for Crown Jewel. I had to record myself doing the DX promo. So if you were offended by anything I said, don't be. I'm just literally copying a DX video. So yeah, don't blame me. But
If
there it
that's
was.
offensive,
I did it.
then
Verbatim,
unfortunately,
verbatim.
we are not for you.
Valid point.
right.
It might get more offensive.
I got the exclusive audio of the beeps not coming in, so I was hearing all those words you were saying. I was taken aback a bit.
I will say, I did say the words. There's an unedited version. I can maybe share with you guys. Might get me canceled. I don't mean the things I say, but
Yeah.
there's an unedited version out there. Only I have, and maybe I'll keep it that
Yes.
way for
Yeah.
Keep it in
obvious
the vault.
purposes. All right. We will jump into our first topic. So, want to shout out one of our listeners, our man Reggie, who sent us an email this week with a question. We're going to use it for this week's question. Thought it was a good one. Sounds like a fun one. We're a little confused by it at first, but we figured it out. I think we got it right this time after we talked about it for a bit. So the question was, what would be your wrestling Bible quote a la Austin 3:16? So, for example, Austin 3:16 means I just whipped your ass. What would Charlie 3:16 mean? What would Kathy 3:16 mean? So on and so forth. Or whatever number you want to use. I don't care. Use whatever number you want. Jeremy 420 6969.
That's his
So-
password. I don't know. His password.
Yeah, if you want to log
Don't
into
tell them
Jeremy's
that.
email, that's it.
Don't worry, I don't need my identity stolen. There's nothing you want. Actually, you'll pay to give it back today. Do it.
Probably.
So let's start it there. Since I said Jeremy already, Jeremy, I'm going to go with you first since I used you. Go ahead, start us off.
I'll go with Jeremy 420. Where am I, man?
That's you most episodes. Yeah.
There's always a question in my head at least once when I'm looking into your eyes and they just...
No
Anyway.
shoot, no shirt, no dice. Oh,
Again, perfect example of whatever you're talking about.
Yeah.
it's a great reference. right
Jeremy, pick who's up next.
there. Kathy.
I don't know. This is a hard one. I'll do Kathy number 1. I'm in charge. It's just really
Just like our song
most of
says.
our conversations and outings end up anyways. So
That's a valid point. That is actually, that makes complete sense now.
Definitely
Many
the
a night.
manager,
yeah,
Yes.
the manager.
You kept the show together for
the
us.
mayor.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Who's up next?
Charlie.
All right. I'm a little bit. I was very confused with this one. I
Probably very
actually
concerned
started
about
looking
this
at-
one, actually. He didn't want it to come in.
The most
For-
religious out of all of us. He didn't. He went literal on it for a minute there.
Like, I can't do that. No.
Isaiah 6:8, but I would say Charlie 7:17. Christ is King.
I knew you were going to
Okay.
use
I
your
know you're
birthday.
religious and all, but boo.
So let's get another one. Let's do a not.
Yeah.
I know you're trying to be not trying to be
Pre-born again,
sacrilegious here,
Charlie.
but,
I
like,
want a
let's-
pre-born
let's
again,
try.
Charlie.
All right. If you really don't want to be sacrilegious, don't give it a quote title. Don't be Charlie, whatever. Just what would your
All
quote
right.
be?
How about I'll take it to the nights when me and Joe used to go out and stuff. Zach 489 says,
Zach.
"I'm either gonna bang you or fight you."
There we go.
I'm getting naked.
I like him. Pull out a Mike 28. Either way, I'm getting naked.
That is a good quote.
Shout out
Yeah,
to
we
Mike,
got-
Kathy's
Yeah.
husband, because that's
Thank you,
his
Mike,
quote.
for that one.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
quote is what is it? We're either
I didn't know
effing or we're fighting. Either way, I'm getting naked.
Yeah.
So in case anybody ever wants to break into our house, there's a high chance you're meeting a naked man at the top of the stairs. So I highly suggest we don't.
You're either fighting or you're getting.
Either way, you're getting your ass kicked. So I don't really know what to tell you. All right, Joe.
All right, I guess that leaves me. Should I use my going out alias as well? Since you went with Zach, should I go with like Dom or what was the other ones? Owen, maybe.
Slater.
Yeah, you use Owen.
Owen.
Yeah, I would use your alter.
I'm gonna go with Dom because I was Dom for quite a while. So Dom 24/7, aka Joe, says I just cut a sick parody video, and that's my last stipulation. Boom, mic
My
drop.
last one. I don't know, man. You keep killing it. There's no way this is gonna be your last one. It's what the people want, Joe or Owen or Dom.
Dom.
Gotta give the
Whoever
people what they
sent
want.
that video in, you cost me a lot of agita. So thank you for the email, but
It's been a week. I want you to know, Reggie, you've literally racked his brain for almost a week. We've been talking about this.
yeah, Reggie,
since
I
you said it.
prayed on this.
Indeed.
Charlie's gonna have to go say 20 Hail Marys after this.
Been on his mind way too long.
For way different reasons than it's been on ours.
He wasn't sure if he was going to have to do a couple penance or something.
So I'm saying 20 Hail Marys. That's your stipulation.
Hallelujah.
All right, I'll leave the Christ jokes alone. All right, we're going to move into a little bit different segment this week. We normally do a merch table here. We're going to switch it up. There's some pretty big stuff happening in wrestling. We're going to talk some news. So we're going to go back. By the time you guys see this, it'll already been a week, but we'll start with probably the biggest one on Raw this past Monday. You had the Vision turn on Seth Rollins. So at the end of the show there, you had the Vision getting involved in the main event and kind of standing tall at the end, and Ron Breaker spears Seth. So some people may have said they've seen this coming with an injury, but want to talk about that a little bit and see what you guys think about that specifically and where you think this is going to go. Cause I have ideas, but curious to see what you guys think. And Charlie, why don't you kick us off?
All right. Okay. So do you know what the injury is and the expected time frame is?
No clear
From
reports.
what I
So
saw,
could be
it
a
was
fake again, but
ligament,
it's saying
possibly shoulder or rotator cuff or something like that. That's what I was reading.
Okay, if it's a torn rotator, I can see because that's going to take some time. But if it's a minor injury and he's back within, I would say, even a month, I don't understand it. I really don't. I don't understand breaking them up like that. He just beat Cody. He's coming off a thing. The Vision looks good. It wasn't the right time. It felt rushed to me. I can understand if they call it audible because of a long-term injury, but a short-term, I think they should have saved it.
They can't do back-to-back like fake injuries either. So like this has to be something.
Right.
And if they are, that's an even weirder angle.
But would it be that be the ultimate twist? You just said they couldn't, but what if they do?
Yeah.
Nobody expects it.
That's what everybody's
I'm not,
expecting.
right. I mean, I'm not saying
Do you
I
think would
that's what I
annoy
think, but
people in a sense doing it again though?
probably. Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't want that type of press. That's why I think they did that so fast, because it is a substantial injury that they know he's going to be off that long already if they're pulling the plug on that whole storyline and moving it forward. Because I heard this was supposed to happen late in 2026, and then Breaker and them were supposed to be tag team champions, and then after that, that's when the whole collusion was supposed to happen. But now they had this audible, like Charlie said, a lot sooner than they expected.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of agree with Charlie a little bit there. Like, if it's not a super serious injury, kind of doesn't make sense. But here's the thing, too, is like, they haven't taken the title off of him, haven't announced he's injured. So, like, how long is he going to be gone? So is it, maybe he's not gone that long and this is rushed. And the other thing was they were reporting on like War Games with the Vision being one side of the War Games. Now it's kind of Vision's two people. There could be a third. I have some thoughts on that. I won't give my thoughts, but who that third person might be, we'll see if it comes true in the near future. But
I know who
it's weird. Like,
it is.
Yeah, what do you do now? If that was going to be War Games, how do you kind of build that out? So I don't know. I do like them turn on him. I hope they go with that third member being another younger wrestler. It'd be kind of cool. Maybe led by Braun, but we'll see. I don't know. They've changed a lot. One of the other reports I heard was they shook up the creative team a little bit. That was kind of a planned thing. They wanted to change up the creative and how the creative team thinks. So I'm just saying that too. Who knows? Who knows where this could go?
And Seth just had so much. There was all these things like you would have thought that whole storyline with CM Punk and AJ Lee and all that stuff would kind of dominate for a while, and that has fizzled. And I feel like if he's really out, that ruins a lot of, I think, what was probably on the horizon for some pay-per-view major events that people were looking forward to. So I'm very curious to see not even just how that storyline pans out, but what his other sideline stories pan out to be.
Yeah, and you just said his name. CM Punk won the #1 contendership on Raw as well. So we're not going to get Seth and Punk. Here's my hope. I hope no matter what this storyline is, Seth is back for WrestleMania, and we get CM Punk and Seth Rollins main event in WrestleMania, and Punk gets the win. I'm not even a Punk fan. I want this story though.
Yeah.
Punk gets it. So Seth, just get better by WrestleMania and have that belt, and let's get Punk to win the main event at WrestleMania. So that's my thought.
Yeah. I also saw potential rumors with Roman and Seth possibly down the road as well that they were talking about going around to the long line of it.
Yeah, being a main event of WrestleMania as well. I saw that too. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm just saying what I want. I don't know if that's going to happen, but that's what I want.
Sorry,
right, let's jump into it.
I missed a little bit of that. My computer was just about to restart, so I had to quickly figure out how to not have that happen. So I think I'm good. Good.
All right, you're good. And we'll jump into a second story that's injury related, unfortunately. On SmackDown this week, we saw Jacob Fatu go out. So he was attacked backstage before. I was really upset by this just because I wanted to see that main event of Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu. I thought that would have been a hell of a match. I really thought they were going to go forward with it, but you saw him get attacked backstage. We can fantasy book that, what we think happened there as well. But the supposed what he's going out for doesn't sound as major as what's going on with Seth. So apparently Jacob Fatu is having all his teeth replaced. I guess he has to have all his teeth pulled and implants put in. So that takes time to heal. I get it. So they're saying he'll be out till 2026, the start of 2026, which kind of makes sense, I guess, for something like that. I don't know. But
I have a hard time
let's go there.
I have a hard time with this being what's actually happening. Like, if somebody got their teeth knocked out like that, they're not going to show it. They're not going to have it on national television. Like,
right.
I watched him like wipe his mouth, and like there was nothing on his hand a few times. Like maybe he needed time off. Maybe they're planning a bigger storyline. I don't know what it is, but I don't think what happened actually is the main culprit of what is going on.
Well, correct. Yeah. So clarification. His actual. So I think the teeth thing on TV was because of what he was actually having done. So here's what I think they're going to do. You saw the fake teeth on the ground when he got attacked backstage. I think they're going to use that because he's actually having this procedure done. He's going to take pictures once his teeth are all pulled. They're going to use that as like, oh, look, he really did have his teeth knocked out, and then go. Yeah.
And then it goes to who attacked them. Yeah.
Which we all have.
Right. I want to hear what you guys think. Somebody could start with that. Who do you think attacked Jacob Fatu?
Sorry, Jeremy.
I usually think it's finally time for the Cody Rhodes turn.
Stole my answer.
I know. You're going to get mad about that, but it's the best thing to do right now because the whole thing is so sour that you need to do something to move the needle, and that's the best thing you can do right now.
Yep. Jeremy pick.
Joe, because I know you don't like that I stole your answer, so it's all good. I think the same thing. I think this is building towards that Cody heel turn. You saw SmackDown end with Cody doing some heelish things, so I think it's going to build to him being a heel. Does that mean Jacob Fatu comes back and now you have a Cody and Jacob main event down the line somewhere? I don't know. But yeah, I completely agree. Definitely think it was Cody. I think Drew Drew is the red herring here.
I think everybody's got their own storylines. He's the only one that's really struggling to find a place right now, and he's got to do something. And I think that would make sense. And it would, like we always say, he's better in the chase and he's better in the turn than he is anywhere else. So, and I think Fatu is a different contender for him, which could help where they figure out where he is.
Yeah, and a development.
Charlie, what do you think?
Create a storyline. I like that.
All right. I think it's someone in the Nightmare family. I don't think it's Cody. I mean, just logistically, you saw him come out. But, I mean, the announcers, and I do feel bad because I wanted to see that match. It was in Fatu's home area. The crowd was going nuts for it. But the announcers made a point to talk about the crazed look in Cody's eyes and what the hell is he doing? And like, maybe the pressure's gotten to him. He snapped a little bit, but they've planted the seeds. They've started to water them. But as just who attacked them, I think it will be someone in the Nightmare family associated with Cody, maybe a call from NXT, like Sean Spears type thing. I don't know what his name is on NXT, but yeah, same vibe.
We know it's not Arn Anderson because Arn would have pulled out the Glock. We know that much.
I'm the type of guy that pulls out a Glock, shoot your brains out.
Good old Arn. All right. And then we got one more story coming out of SmackDown. Maybe not as big a story, but I thought it was a super cool match. I definitely wanted to talk about it. Ilya Dragunov beating Sami Zayn for the U.S. title. I thought it was, in my opinion, best TV match of the year. Maybe in a match of the year contender. I don't know if it would have been match of the year, but it was up there. And the only strange part to me is like Sami Zayn's U.S. Open Challenge thing was pretty hot. Had a lot of good matches. See it end that quick is kind of sad, but want to hear what you guys think. Kathy, why don't you start it off?
I agree. I think it was a really good match. I'm glad that Sami Zayn's getting a little more. He was kind of fading away for a little while. I'm glad they're finally giving him a valid storyline. I'm struggling to see, I got to see where it all kind of pans out. I don't really see where this is. I think it was a great match. It's just, I hope they give it the storyline it deserves and it's not like a quick one-off. I hope they read the room and realize that it works. So we'll see if they actually listen.
Jeremy.
I mean, there's really not much more to say on that one for me. As I agree with that one. I just want to see the storyline kind of continue with it, keep them in the contention with that title, keep it a little interesting. I mean, it's definitely got the crowd over and everything. So see how much more you can run with it, but there needs to be an end game eventually. Charlie?
Yeah, I'll take just a little different approach. I stay away from NXT. And when this guy got called up to Raw, I was still kind of recording and watching a little bit. I wasn't that familiar with him. My God, what a hell of a match. I mean, I'm with Joe. That's up there for match of the year. It was nonstop action, not one botch. I mean, and this guy's been out for a year and he comes out and has a match like that. And Sami Zayn, a guy, when you look at him, he looks like he's a pizza delivery guy, but he puts on good match after good match after good match. You got to give him credit because he's not supposed to be a professional. You know what I mean? He's a redhead Canadian Syrian. You know what I mean? But he puts on great matches. So, just perfect segment, A+ segment, great match. Yeah, they had to let him win because you're out for a year, you come back, you put a match like that, you lose, you're going to get buried. And I see Sammy as a guy that puts him over, tells him, yeah, let's go with the kid. And that's the kind of, so home run all the way out.
Yeah. Funny story off that. I had SmackDown on and my wife was sitting there and she doesn't normally watch wrestling. It's just on. She's not paying attention. She saw Sami Zayn and said, that guy's a wrestler. Why does he look so disheveled?
He's like the Gozik Crouch of wrestling.
Shout out to our friend Gozik. And one other interesting point, unrelated to wrestling, with Ilya Dragunov. So I know you're not super, Charlie, you're at least not super familiar with him, but when he went out, he didn't have any tattoos. Wrestlers make very interesting tattoo choices. He came back with a full throat tattoo, no other tattoos on him, and a full throat tattoo. That's wild.
I hate that
so
much.
Yes. That's bold
crazy.
Choice.
Yes, it is.
You got Cody with the neck, Ilya with the full throat. That's wild to be out and come back with that. It's,
I think it's funny though, because Cody's quarterback one, he has to always cover it up unless he's wrestling.
Yeah. All right. There was AEW last night. I don't know that any of us actually watched the full show. Saw some highlights. I'll just shout out drownings and things under the fingernails, and looked a little rough. But
yeah.
Any thoughts on anything going on there as well, or anything? I know, Charlie, you saw a little bit of the show. I don't know if there's anything you wanted to touch on.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of it. I saw the Young Bucks Jurassic Express match. Thank God they got Jack Perry back there, because he was insufferable. But that was good. But Young Bucks don't put on bad matches, but like the false finishes after the false finishes after the false finishes. And I saw the Tony Storm match, which didn't impress me. I actually thought the Mercedes Moné Mina match was better. But I'm not a huge AEW fan. I didn't even watch the Samoa Joe match because I just figured Hangman was going to win. And Moxley versus Darby, I just knew it was going to be too disgusting for me.
I was going to say, as soon as those two names came up, I'm sure you checked out.
Yeah. I'll go to haunted hayrides.
Yeah.
I'm down with that. But I don't want to see like real stuff. Like
even fake real stuff.
Yeah.
But you said like those two names came up and he checked out. But here's the thing, like at least me, I wouldn't check out on a Moxley match or a Darby Allin match. They're both great. I just hate that style of match. Yeah, if you put those two together in a match. Yeah.
Especially in an I Quit match, there's no way that was not going to be brutal.
Yeah.
It actually was a little less than I thought it was going to be, which is wild to say. Like that whole thing with the aquarium, when Sting smashed the aquarium, I was convinced somebody was going to get slashed. Like that something crazy was going to happen. But I'm just happy Sting was back. I'm glad that he pops in a way where it's not like obnoxious. Like I'm okay with it. I think he's done wrestling, but the whole white hair, white beard thing took a second to really like wrap my head around. But I'm a big fan of all three. And so here's my question, especially we said it before. There's a talks of Rollins and Roman, and now we've got Moxley in an I Quit match. Like this could be one big storyline, a big hop. I know there's been rumors about him hopping over. There's somebody's moving. There's lots of chatter about somebody. I wouldn't be surprised. The only reason I'm gonna say he never will is because his wife is now with AEW, and she did that so they aren't separated.
I think it's Jericho.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
That's what I'm thinking.
And that's the big change. Yeah. That is disappointing.
I still love Jericho.
I think Jericho, the character,
he got in really good shape. Like he really got.
I saw
his shit
weird
together
rumors about
recently.
him coming back as like one of the people behind the Vision and everything too. I saw those rumors.
So you basically do the learning tree in WWE.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Jericho, I love you. I loved your old stuff. Might be time to just do a couple greatest hits and hit the road. I don't know. That's just me. All right. That was some of the new stuff we wanted to get through this week.
Injuries. We had another fucking Rhea Ripley got her nose broken.
Oh,
what happened this week? Like everybody got hurt across like almost all organizations. Somebody left with some massive.
Yeah, the sumo match
injury.
too.
Yeah, the sumo match, and then Io Sky got thrown into her and completely annihilated her face.
Yeah,
that's a good reason why they're partnering with Impact. right?
Yeah.
You can call up. They have a deep bench. That's what me and Joe were talking about. Like, so I normally don't watch SmackDown, and I was surprised how good it was. They have a deep bench. Like their tag team roster's deep. They could do a lot of things. So unfortunately, these guys are hurt, but this is where people step up and they become stars.
Didn't she just have a broken nose at like Elimination Chamber? She had the mask on. What was that for? Was that an orbital or a nose? I don't remember.
I think it was her like her eye.
Oh,
Yeah, I think it was the orbital
headbutt or something.
Yeah, she wrestled MS, so maybe we'll get mask.
You see, she took a picture. She did a side by side of her and her dog, one of those like Frankenweenie dogs, and like they have the same face. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if she's going to be able to wrestle even with a mask. She might be able to valet, but I don't think she's wrestling anytime soon.
Yeah, she'll probably be on a little bit of a break there, for sure.
Japan was not kind to them this week.
Yeah. All right, let's jump into our deep dive this week. So we're going to do something a little different here. We're going to try and fantasy book John Cena's last 3 wrestling matches, last appearances, last matches, whatever we want to say. But his last 3 matches, who we think it's going to be, how does he finish this off? There's a lot of rumors going around. Still don't know what's true. There's only, what's his last appearance is beginning of December. So we've got a month and a half left. So who knows where this goes. So let's start there. Let's start, Jeremy, you had some picks. So Jeremy, go ahead.
All right, so are we doing who we think, who we want to see, just out of pure fanboy standpoint?
Whatever you want to do, but go with your his next appearance. What do you think it's going to be? Who's he facing?
Yeah. Next appearance, ooh. Now keep in mind,
I would like his next appearance, his next match is scheduled, I believe, for Survivor Series. So keep that in mind.
Survivor Series.
How many weeks is that?
Go to me next, by the way.
Survivor Series is in like a month, like 6 weeks, 5 weeks.
I want to see him take Dom.
You read that.
Give him Dom as far as a standpoint with Eddie Guerrero history.
What does that mean?
Great matches and everything. They wrestled a lot, so somebody from his past.
John Cena and Eddie Guerrero, they didn't wrestle
the torch in a sense. I would like to see that. Yeah, they did.
Not that much. Yeah, maybe a 2-year period where you're passing accepted, but no. I just think that was my pick as well. I think it's the internet's pick. It's from San Diego. The Mysterios are huge there. I was thinking maybe you could do Ray, like a classic. But I had Dom too, Jeremy, as well at Survivor Series because it is in San Diego. And the Mysterio base over there is huge. But that was my first John Cena match, and I'm going to stick with it. Will be a Mysterio. November 29th, Survivor Series. That's my first one. Happy with that.
All right, one that I want to do is a nostalgia fanboy one.
Or just cut Catherine off.
I thought we were going through.
No. We're going first pick. We're going around the next match. We'll go match by match.
I want to see them give Randy Orton and Cena some nostalgia conversations, but it's not. I don't think that's next. I think that's hopefully will be something. But I'm trying to think of current roster situations here, but I don't.
So I'm gonna go way bit different than both you guys before me here. I think he's gonna be in the War Games match. I don't know what the War Games match is going to be yet. I think it'll still be focused around like division in some sense. A Vision, maybe Brock Lesnar, who knows who else. I think he's going to be in that match. I don't remember him doing any War Games matches. Right. So this would be one that he's going to want to get in. Yeah. So I think he goes War Games. I don't think, maybe he gets Dom somewhere else, but I think this one will be the War Games match. So that's my thought.
That was my other pick just because what you said, he's never done the War Games.
Yeah.
Something else to knock off the list, but.
All right, Jeremy, you're so eager to go.
No,
wait. Let me take this one because Jeremy messed up mine. He messed up mine.
Took everything.
I had the Survivor Series match as his second match. Okay. I think his first match is going to be November 10th, Raw in Boston, and it's going to be against CM Punk, and they are going to do the Money in the Bank from Chicago completely backwards. Now, John Cena is the hometown hero going out. CM Punk wins. We riot. Can't talk. I think that would be awesome. November 10th, CM Punk.
You might be right. Survivor Series might be the second. So maybe we went out of order here. Raw first. Yeah. In Boston for sure. So we'll go back to that.
Sunday night main event.
Saturday night's main event is like in December. 2 weeks.
13th of December, isn't it?
No, there's one November 1st. Yeah. And then there's the last one in December. So we have one coming up in a couple weeks, Survivor Series, and then another Saturday night's main event in December. But we're talking Raw in Boston. He'll definitely be there. Yeah, that's his hometown. Yeah. So, Jeremy, what do you think of Raw in Boston?
I don't know. I've lost track. I thought that's where it was supposed to end.
That's what I thought originally too. And then I think they realized they kind of bumbled it in the beginning. So maybe they can milk it
Boston
and make
too soon.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead, Jack.
So which one am I talking about now?
You know what? Let's do this. Here, make it easier. Give us your other two picks. Where do you think he goes from here? Give us two picks. Your total picks. So you got Dom. Who's the other two?
I got Orton as my next pick on that one, like Kathy was saying. And then last, for nostalgia purposes, I know it's never going to happen, but I would love to see it. Kurt Angle. Charlie, that's how he gave him the challenge in the very beginning, and that's how it really all started, and that's exactly why I would love to see it end with Kurt Angle.
No, it's a good
that's solely the reason for the nostalgia.
Ruthless aggression with the smack across the face, but Kurt Angle, I don't know if you've seen him recently. He's not in shape to have a pro wrestling.
Oh, I know that. That's why I called it a nostalgia. I would love to see it, but I know it's not going to happen. But it was a pick for that reason.
And you would want Kurt Angle, not Kurt Angle, to have that match.
Yeah, definitely Kurt Angle.
I think we all would.
It's the only way you'd be able to survive. I would like to see him redeem himself with Lesnar too, but we know that match would be too short, and I don't want a short match because Lesnar gasses so quickly.
So who else you think he takes on? So you got Dom, your fantasy booking Kurt Angle. You want that to happen. Who else? What's the last one? Who does he end his career on? All right, remember, last match of his career. Who do you got? The Rock?
Yeah. Who else are you going to end it with right now in that business that's got possibly more clout than him, kind of? So you go with The Rock.
It's I don't think it's going to be The Rock.
He calls himself the final boss.
Now,
I know.
Jeremy might have a point.
Yeah, but The Rock just lost like 60 pounds. Right?
Doesn't mean he's not nimble, and you think they could actually have a better endurance after he's in that much of a different shape?
Well, because his heart, he's been doing steroids for 40 years. I mean,
consequences.
Like, he has, yeah. By the way, shout out to The Rock for the Smashing Machines won an Oscar, but yeah. Good choice, Jeremy.
So back to The Rock. He was on Travis and Jason Kelsey's podcast, New Heights, and Jason Kelsey they asked him about John Cena's final run, blah, 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 whatever. They asked him, who do you think his last match is going to be? And The Rock started kind of coughing and puffing his shirt, just kind of insinuating it could be. Now, The Rock likes to troll also, so it could just be a troll.
He's got stake in the game, so it gets more clicks.
Yeah, and he also said, I have some leverage on the booking decisions at WWE. So I don't know. Maybe Jeremy might have a point. Might be The Rock, but he did insinuate it.
Imagine if it's Kurt Angle, The Rock, and whoever else.
All of it. Yeah,
give him Edge too. Somehow pull Edge out of AEW.
So that was going to be my fantasy. Was Edge?
A lot of rumors about that too.
Yep. That was going to be my hypothetical.
We'll negate the 90-day no compete, and we'll give you a guy for.
Yeah, just for the night.
Stranger things
I
happen.
wish they were cooler, but I think Edge's contract doesn't end until 2026. I would love to see that because they had great rivalry, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I think the last match. Oh, go ahead, Joe.
No, I was going to say, I thought it could be Edge. Edge could be mixed in there somewhere as well. The thing that made me, outside the contract thing, obviously, the thing that made me think he won't be is just the couple call outs John Cena did to Edge in the matches. I think that's as much as we're going to get. If he didn't do that, if he just paid no mind to Edge anywhere, I think then we would have seen that match. It still could happen, but that's just my thought.
Last match?
I didn't give my picks yet.
Right.
So who did I say? I said War Games first. That'll be one of them. The other one, so there's two that I kind of playing the idea with. I also thought could be The Rock, just like Jeremy said in the last match, just because of those subtle hints. So I'll say The Rock for his last match as well. He goes out, clears up that whole heel turn debacle that happened with he turned heel for The Rock, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. Now you kind of get a happy ending where that story ends and he beats The Rock. So I think that could be the end. And I do have one other pick, but I won't give that one just yet because I don't think everybody else gave 3 yet. So
sorry,
who else we got?
Way too many. Are you kidding me?
You gave 10 picks. Jeremy, you're out.
Yeah.
I got one more.
Charlie
if you
or
want to
Kathy?
throw another name in there.
Who was that?
Kathy, go ahead. I got a Charlie horse.
I don't know. I was really thinking more like Batista coming back with everything.
He's even smaller than The Rock.
But I was just gonna say, maybe that change of lifestyle is for a reason, not just like he's in shape in a way that he said, there was an interview, he said, he's like, I want to be in shape, but I just can't be that level of in shape anymore. So they're all just dropping all that extra muscle and that extra weight to keep up with it. They'd rather be stronger and healthier than massive. So I don't know. That's a huge, for the fact that, at least not that I know of, Batista has nothing on the books coming up to do that for a movie or a show or anything like that, to do some major life change like that. There's a possibility, and they are another duo that had quite a history.
I think the pop from that would be nice.
And the pop from that would be massive, and it'll be a one-time thing. Batista wouldn't have to hang around forever, it's just another one of those bring back the old storyline with people that aren't in contracts. So it's trying to find people that are not currently signed on to something, or maybe the Jericho thing is for Cena. I mean, I don't find that to be enticing, but some people might. But it can't be just a regular match. There has to be something, and I'm just trying to see as far out as possible. And what's the most ridiculous situation?
Yeah, I would have loved to have seen. I think Charlie, we talked about this months ago when I said I would have loved to seen John Cena end his career with the CM Punk match to end it. That would have been, but they did that already. So that's out the window, and maybe it happens again.
And the match wasn't that good, and I was thinking about that too. That is the match I think everybody wanted, and they got it, and it was super underwhelming. Yeah, so I hope they don't do that again, or maybe that's how Punk gets his title finally. There's a handoff situation. That could work. I wouldn't be.
Maybe that's the number one contender. If Seth is out, and Punk's the number one contender. Maybe John Cena somehow gets in that mix too. That's actually a really good idea.
That's actually
Jeremy and your random references. Angels in the outfield. I had one other one I was thinking. He's been gone.
I gotta go too.
Oh yeah, you still got. Well, you're working out your Charlie horse over there. I don't know what you're doing behind the scenes, but
I got it.
Charlie's got a Charlie horse.
Shawn Michaels, relax over there.
You need that 50-gallon jug of water that Jeremy's sipping on all that.
Seriously, stay hydrated.
Gotta feed the beast.
I'm gonna use Jeremy's logic. Call me crazy, but I'm gonna go Ric Flair. is going to be his last match. It will be Ric Flair's last match of his life because he will die in the ring. No. Unfortunately, I don't think they're going to bring in anyone big. I think it's going to be Gunther.
Ugh.
Ugh.
And Saturday Night Main Event.
I had the same thing. That was my other one. That's
why I wanted to get it. That's why I wanted to get it before you.
You knew it.
When you were like, I have one more, I was like, it's getting. But I think they're gonna.
Spare me
John
the
Cena,
lethargic Neanderthal.
Gunther's good rep. John Cena's lifelong WWE guy, right? Goldberg was a WCW guy. He came over, right? But John Cena bleeds WWE, right? They're gonna give him Gunther, and I think they're gonna let him go out on a win on Gunther. Or if Gunther beats him, he becomes in a different stratosphere level star. So,
well, that's the question. Does it become somebody's stepping stone, or does it become like, is that the ultimate honor? You beat John Cena, or is it they're gonna find a jobber and just, here's my match, I'm done, that's it? You know, like, it's very curious to see which direction that goes, and that'll help us figure out like who it is.
I think John Cena, they probably listen to a lot. I think he's old school, and old school is you go out on your back. So yeah, I could see both. I could see him putting Gunther over and doing the right thing for their territory, but like, I'm talking like I'm a 70s wrestler. I know. But yeah, who knows?
I also, we're going to summarize this in a second, but wherever this goes, this has been a great, retirement run for him. I think, maybe after some of that heel stuff he did wasn't so great, but been great matches, at least for the last, 4 or 5 shows he's done. So
definitely
it's been cool. Hopefully the last 3 go out with a bang as well. And yes, my last pick was Gunther as well, somewhere mixed in there. I think he's that monster. They're going to build him into that monster heel. I think with John Cena, you can do that. So just to summarize, because we spit a lot of names around here, especially Jeremy. Jeremy pulled out Colt Cabana, Classy Freddie Blassie,
the Hurricane,
Crash Holly.
My 3 will be War Games. He'll be in that match in some fashion. Gunther, and to finish it off, The Rock. That's my 3. Charlie, who are your final 3? Because I have completely lost track here.
My final 3. What the fuck is that? My final 3 will be a Mysterio, either Dom or Ray, CM Punk, and Gunther.
Kathy,
you're making a lot of noises.
He's getting ready for the gimmick. That's why.
Yeah, no, he's gone.
It's like
Jeremy 420.
I had to go back and remember all the names I gave because there's way too many.
Oh, God. I don't even remember mine. I don't remember what order I put them in, but I think there's going to be
order doesn't matter. Order's out the window.
Yeah,
Jeremy ruined the order.
An Orton and Batista.
I think he said Batista. Jeremy, you said a lot of names, so let's see if you could even summarize what you said.
That's
3
what
names.
I was going
3,
back when you
10.
guys were making fun of me. I was thinking. So I'm going Dom.
That's what we heard was the gears. You thinking?
Yep, exactly. So I'm going Dom, I'm going Orton, and I'm going The Rock. In that order.
All right.
Should we do a stipulation on this?
I was just thinking that.
I'm done with stipulations. No, because I picked ridiculously. I went with The Rock, which probably won't happen.
For another one.
Yeah, but there's a lot of chances that maybe somebody gets one right. Are we going to pick the order in which they are too?
No. We're not doing a stipulation.
No stipulation.
We do a stipulation if I'm not doing it.
It's more entertaining with the stipulation.
Way too many things.
Party pooper.
Don't worry. You got a stipulation coming to you soon, I'm sure. Don't worry.
Sure. I'm about to do the gimmick of the week. There's a stipulation. Jesus.
Is it though?
You asked for it.
I know I did. It was just too entertaining.
Well, that'll be a good transition there. We will jump now into our gimmick of the week, which Jeremy will once again cover, because I just think it's funny when he covers these gimmicks. He did last week Meat, and this week I will hand it over to Jeremy with this other fun one.
Me.
All right. So since I got corrected so much last week with using the meat, this time I don't have to have that correction because this week we have the dicks. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you heard that correct. The dicks, the tag team named the dicks. What was their gimmick, might you ask? They were oiled up Chippendales dancers. Muscular, baby oiled with little bow ties on their neck, Chippendale dancers that wrestled. Yes, that happened back in 2022, if I'm not mistaken. They were brought in as one of those slapstick comedy.
Hold up.
Hold
Time
on.
2022.
We got
No.
decades to correct.
2002. Excuse me.
There you go.
2002. I apologize. During that time, they lost some bigger names, so they were trying to get something to generate a good catchphrase or something at that time. So they put out the dicks. They were on a SmackDown team for the better part of a few years, I think it was, they went on. But it was really just for humor.
Didn't?
It didn't?
Charlie,
Maybe
do you want
I'm
to
wrong.
fact check this? Go ahead.
Go ahead. Fact check me.
Okay, 2000. What'd you say they debuted in 2002?
Yeah.
2024.
They got released in 2006.
2002, I was a huge fan. There's no way the dicks were wrestling in 2002.
Go look it up.
There's no fucking way.
So this was, the idea was to be post Billy and Chuck. They were supposed to bring them in. He's got the encyclopedia.
There he is, right there.
So, yeah, it was after Billy and Chuck. It wasn't 2002. I think
It was
Charlie might be a little
2006, I think.
2006.
And what were the dicks' names, Jeremy? And who was your favorite dick?
Chadwick and James Dick, but it was actually Chad Tolan and Dewey Barnes. I would definitely not want to have the first name Dewey, though. That's a real...
My favorite thing I heard about them was, I forget whose podcast, but they were there a short time, not for many years. And in that time, they did manage to get into a fist fight with each other because the boys in the back were just saying they were talking shit about each other. I mean, that with the stress knowing your gimmick is terrible and you're probably going to get cut soon. Their biggest thing was the program with the boogeyman.
Yeah, this was peak gimmick time.
Yes.
It came out with full length mirrors, baby. I mean, it was a joke. I don't know how it gets greenlit. You know, who says this is going to work? I really don't get it. This is just how Deuce and Domino.
I'll give them 2% credit that they didn't make the first name just as ridiculous as the last name. It could have been like Robert Dick or like, you know, like there just could have been all sorts of
Richard
weird
Dick.
Rich Dick. Richard Dick. Like they could have made this so ridiculous.
Or because they
kept it enough.
They were large guys. I'm surprised.
Or called them Richard Swallow.
The nickname.
Yeah.
Give them the nickname Big. Yeah. That's a bit.
So I was watching some of it and I saw some of like the commentary and stuff. And it's another one of those like who's on first type. I'm convinced that that's 100% what the whole purpose of this was. It was like, what was the best one? We're great at poker because you know how to hold them. Chad was the bigger dick. James is the smaller one. By their admission, they're cocky because they were rock hard. Like, come on. This is 100% nothing but just
they debuted in late 2005 and were gone in February of 2006. So a couple months. I think that's like three months.
Nobody can beat the dicks. Like,
and they're
like me.
They're little block. Take the phone. It just says the dicks were defeated by the boogeyman and then immediate release from the company. That's their blurb.
The end.
And the official encyclopedia.
And I read an interview that Chad took this so seriously, and he was like, "All right, this is it. This is my calling. This is what they're going to give me." He started taking lessons with dancers at night, which then turned into what probably caused the fist fight. Is because backstage they were making fun of them and be like, "Oh, you're hanging out with dudes at night. What do you know? Why are you hanging out with dudes at night? Why is he? Are you gay too?" Like it just turned into this whole big thing, and then that was it. I think it started as like backroom hazing that turned into like, if you don't fight him, you're gay too, and it just turned into this massive thing. Yeah, it was crazy.
That's JBL logic.
Yeah, it was. It was JBL Undertaker.
Oh my god,
it was JBL Undertaker. That was literally, they pinned each other against each other, and they were like, and then he's like, well, why aren't you going to fight him? He's like, because my mom told me to walk away from a fight, and they're like, your mom? And they started like, that just like put the icing on the cake for the conversation, and it just blew up in all the terrible ways. And I think it was very shortly after that it was done.
The dicks blew up.
The dicks blew up.
They had a dick standoff.
We have officially become the wrestling boner joke podcast these last 2 weeks for sure.
I would like to have a watch along of a dick match with the dick match.
Duh. Yeah, see, you're allowed to say duh in this one.
and have Jeremy do color commentary. Just hear all the things.
The big dick takes down the little dick.
This is funny. I was literally just thinking about this as we were talking too. What you just said, both of you. I can envision in my head them creating a faction with the dicks, and they bring out a little person, and I can hear Jerry the King Lawler doing commentary. He's like, "Oh my god, it's a little dick."
It's a little cold in here, Jay.
Little dicks and puppies. Puppies and little dicks everywhere.
But it's not. This is they have given us.
Yes, just using what they gave me.
We're quoting them. We are talking about things that they created.
They did.
And here we are.
Definitely in their realm.
I'm shocked they didn't have Hornswoggle come out in a little Chippendales outfit and be a punk.
Put him in a little bondage outfit.
The number one fan.
She's the pet for them.
Put him in a bondage outfit.
Oh God!
God,
now you've taken it too far. Now we got to issue a real apology.
What is issue the apology?
Yes.
What is it?
My mind just took. I'm sorry.
That's why you got your carte blanche taken away. Is because your brain goes somewhere. We took that card away from you last week.
But think about it.
We talked last week about
in that on a leash,
getting in Vince McMahon's brain
with him.
Oh God!
We talked about getting in Vince McMahon's brain and his weird fantasies. Right now, we are live tapping into Jeremy's brain and hearing his fantasies.
We have a live stream to Jeremy's brain.
Work like this. It just happened. I have no control of it.
The inside voice needs to stay in a little longer. Just process it a little.
You said
more
you wanted to put Hornswoggle on a leash and in a bondage costume,
and call him Little Dick.
That was me.
That's how he got there. So that's the problem.
That's true.
That's how he got there.
I said little dick, and he thought of little people in bondage. That is bizarre.
Yeah.
Jeremy and Vince McMahon are dying laughing right now.
Jeremy could have been on
stage. He missed an opportunity.
Exactly.
I would love to get a
if Vince starts another promotion, Jeremy.
Vince McMahon.
Yeah. Hey, Reggie, you wanted us to talk about Bible quotes?
Yeah, right. Here we are.
You sure this is the show?
Oh, God.
Maybe that's why he wants us to start, shifting our mentality here.
I'm gonna have people tell me I need Jesus after today.
He's praying for us.
You need Jesus. I'll tell you right now.
You need Jesus for a lot of things, my friends.
It's true.
In and out of this podcast.
All right, let's bring it back together here. I forgot even what we were talking about. We were talking about our gimmick of the week, which was the dicks, right?
Oh.
I don't even think we got through their career, but fine, whatever.
Wasn't
We lost
much of
track
one,
here.
so it's okay.
Once Jeremy gets dicks on the brain, it's over.
It's over.
All right.
I'm running with
Any
dicks
last
here,
thoughts
man.
on
I
the
can't help
dicks?
myself.
Any closing thoughts on the dicks, Jeremy?
Nope.
Forget it. Forget it. No.
Kathy.
You're gonna say something.
And just let it go.
Let it go.
Inside voice stays inside.
Would have done really well in 2025.
Keep me away. I don't like that man and his baby oil. Stay away, Diddy.
Nope.
Diddy don't.
All right. That was our gimmick of the week. I don't even know how we follow up these last few gimmicks of the week. It's getting harder now. It's just pure madness. We started out kind of well here. We had some good gimmicks to start, and now we've just gone pure locker room 15-year-old humor, but whatever.
That's the apology is we should just play that every video. Sorry.
You find
like
a
the warning they put on the shows, like, be careful, this has offensive language and everything like South Park used to. South Park used to do that before it aired.
Be careful. If their dicks or farts come up, one of our co-hosts will go nuts and lose his mind.
That's you, right? Or you? Not me. Not this guy.
No,
this is why
the hell you're talking about.
This is why I strategically do the gimmicks at the end, because by this point, YouTube censoring may not be paying attention anymore. So I think at this point we're probably good. So we got to keep the gimmicks at the end because they're wild. All right, that was our episode. That was our gimmick of the week. If you stuck around long enough to hear all of this, please make sure you subscribe, give us a like. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok. We're posting stuff there every week as well. And send us an email. Thanks to the email we got this week.
We actually read your emails, so keep the questions coming.
I will say I've been pretty bad at checking the email, so I will make sure I check it more now.
What's our email address?
I was getting to that. Good segue. Squared Circle Questions @gmail.com. So I'll post a little banner at the end there for you guys so you can see it. Squared Circle Questions @gmail.com. Send us any questions, anything you want to hear us talk about on the show.
If you want Jeremy to cover another gimmick.
Yeah, if you guys
Jeremy's now the gimmick guy.
Give it at me. I'm ready for it.
All the comments
within the century, he'll get the facts right within the century. Maybe not the decade, but at least the century.
At some point in time, it eventually happens. I find my way.
There's some people that are smoking right now, laughing their ass off, listening to Jeremy's comment.
That's true. They're probably
that man's spitting straight facts right there.
That's why Kathy has a little less tolerance for Jeremy's.
Oh boy.
You need to be slightly medicated.
We're wrapping it up there. Charlie, take us out. Say whatever you want. I don't even care anymore.
Yeah, we used to have like an outro we did, but yeah, we talk about dicks and boners and fart jokes and wrestling, and we have a fun time doing it at Squared Circle Spotlight. So join us next week. Hopefully we'll have some more emails. The show where gimmicks are gold. Merch isn't really mandatory anymore, but it's gonna be interesting. I'll promise you that.
Yep.
See you next week.
See you next week, guys.